In the global neighborhood before World War II, everyone was very nervous because World War I just happened. Countries like France and Britain feared the start of another war. This led them to follow a policy called appeasement, which is like saying, okay, you can have that toy if you promise not to start a fight. They hoped by letting the countries like Germany and Italy get away with a little bit, they could avoid a war. Meanwhile, America was practicing isolationism. Imagine if during a neighborhood squabble, one family decides to lock their doors and stay inside, hoping the trouble won't reach them. That's what America was doing, staying out of European problems, thinking the ocean between them was enough protection. Now, the neighborhood was split into different clubs based on what they believed was the best way to run things. On one side, you had the Democracy and Capitalism Club, where everyone gets a vote and you can own your own business. On the other side, there was the Soviet Union, all about communism, where everything is supposed to be shared equally. These clubs really didn't trust each other, which is an example of the ideological divides. So while everyone was either too scared, too self-involved, or too distrustful, the aggressive countries started to take over more space. Germany, led by Hitler, decided to move into an area called the Rhineland, breaking a promise they made not to. This was called the remilitarization of the Rhineland. It was like saying, I'm going to play in your backyard, and you can't stop me. But nobody did stop them. Italy, under Mussolini, took over Ethiopia and Africa. It's like seeing someone from the neighborhood go into someone else's garden and claim it as their own. Everyone said it was wrong. The League of Nations even called them out, but no one actually did anything about it. Germany also forced Austria to join them, which was not a friendly move. It was more like, you're part of my club now, whether you like it or not, known as the Anschluss. Then there was the Munich Agreement, where Britain and France let Germany take a piece of Czechoslovakia if they promised to stop there. It was like saying, you can have this part of the playground if you promise to be nice, but of course they weren't nice and didn't stop. Lastly, Germany and the Soviet Union made a secret deal called the Nazi-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact. Imagine two kids who always argue suddenly saying, let's not fight each other, let's just take this toy, Poland, and split it between us. All these moves were part of fascism, where one person or party has all the power, mixed with a lot of extreme nationalism, super pride in one's country, but in a way that puts down others, and racist ideologies, believing some people are better than others based on race. This mix, along with the failure of appeasement, letting bullies have their way, hoping they'll stop, set the stage for World War II. Are there any countries behaving like this now? Tell us about it in the comments, share to see what your friends think, like the video, and subscribe to the channel as we prepare for AP European History and AP World History.